Hi guys, so it's me, Lily Robinson, aka Jennifer Diaz is a trans girl. I don't know why I did that. That would indicate I'm probably pointing at something in the description. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's day 9 of 30 Days of Pride. I'm feeling a lot better than I have the past few days, which is great. My hair is a bit of a mess though because I washed it this morning and I tend to just let my hair dry naturally. So, but yeah, I'm actually going to try and go to work dressed more feminine tomorrow, which is a scary thought, but I'm going to try it and see how it goes. I've got an outfit planned out, so yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm still totally loving my eyebrows. I actually feel so much more confident with my eyebrows done. It's really, really weird. It's like, I don't know, they just seem to make my face look so much more feminine, and I absolutely love it. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, 30 Days of Pride, day 9. Let's see. What do you think about LGBT Pride? Is it helpful or hurtful? Encouraged or unnecessary? I think you guys know my opinion on this, given a recent post I put. At the end of the day, I think LGBT Pride is an important event. At the end of the day, 50 years ago, in fact, we had the Stonewall Riots, which took place in New York State at the Stonewall Inn, and basically the LGBT community, after years of police raids, decided to finally riot against the NYPD. And those riots were a major turning point in our civil rights movement, particularly in the United States. Charities such as Stonewall in the UK are named after them riots, and they were an important event in LGBT history. It's like, at the end of the day, this is part of our shared history, and it's something we should mark. It's something we should recognise. Also, we still live in a society where being LGBT isn't necessarily accepted by everyone. Even in the United Kingdom, which I live in, where, for the most part, we have laws protecting us. It's not criminal to be LGBT. We still have issues where people still discriminate against us. Birmingham, for example, right now, there's a lot of protests going on about LGBT relationships being taught in primary schools, which the schools aren't teaching about sex, they're just teaching about perhaps someone having two dads. It's not, but there's people protesting, acting like someone having two dads and teaching about that is inappropriate somehow for primary school kids to be taught about. And it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like, we still live in a society where LGBT people are discriminated against. It really makes me annoyed when I see straight cisgender people asking why they don't have a pride. The reason they don't have a pride is because they didn't have to fight for their rights. They still don't have to fight for their rights. And also, a couple of days ago, I had someone on my Facebook say, well, why not let straight people have a pride? At the end of the day, they're just celebrating their sexuality. You celebrate your sexuality. And oddly enough, this was coming from an LGBT person. I was just like, do you know, sir, if a straight person was going to have pride and they were just celebrating the rights they take for granted and that, and perhaps recognising LGBT people don't have them same rights, then I'd be like, hey, you want a pride? Have a pride. If it's within them if it's within them parameters I've just said just then. But it's never been within them parameters. They're not celebrating being straight. They're protesting directly against LGBT people having Pride, having their events. No one ever comes up with a straight Pride parade just to celebrate being straight. There's always a political agenda behind that of discriminating against LGBT people. And those are the people who are attracted to straight Pride. And it's ridiculous. At the end of the day, Pride is an important thing for LGBT people, and I don't know how to describe it, but when I see a corporation, and I know people hate corporations get involved in Pride, and I can understand why, because Pride has been taken over by corporations a lot, and that winds me up. Like, every time I've seen Pride taken over by corporations, that's come with large prices for them events. But at the same time, when I see a logo of a corporation in rainbow, I kind of feel slightly safer in the world, because I see myself recognised by a company which has a large influence over the population. And while a lot of people go back in backlash hating on these companies, at the end of the day, we live in a capitalist society in places like the UK and the US and Europe, where in the end everyone's going to end up buying from these companies one way or another, which is a sad fact of life. But it does make me feel safe knowing there's gradually becoming recognition. I mean, like 10 years ago, seeing any corporation's logo in rainbow colours, I never saw, and in fact it's only something I really saw recently. I don't know if this is just from my limited perspective. I didn't always know June was Pride Month, but that is how it seemed to me. So if I'm wrong on this, please educate me. And for young LGBT people, just knowing these events exist, it's a way for them to find acceptance, a way for them to find community. At Pride events, there's charities there that help LGBT young people. There's charities there that help LGBT adults. There's lots of support and resources at them events. And sometimes it can be hard to access some resources. So I think Pride's very important, and I can never be against it. It's an important event, and it needs to be there, because at the end of the day, we're still a discriminated minority, and without these events, without joining together against those who would oppress us, we're not really going to get anywhere. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll be back again tomorrow. I might be slightly exhausted because I have to be up at 4:45 AM, but yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.